Students, so today we will start from the gradation. Gradation means, yesterday I told you, weathering means breaking down of rocks, yes, and transforming it from one place to another. And gradation means the leveling of the land is called gradation. Okay, like area of land becoming low because from that area the dust particles and the soil materials went to other place and that area turned into a higher land. Yes or no? So leveling of the land is known as the gradation. Here the land becomes low and the other side, on other places, the land become high. This lowering and leveling of the land is known as the gradation. Okay, so agents of gradation such as wind, water transform the ice. Wind, water helps in leveling the land. How yesterday I told you, by flood. When flood comes, then flood brings a huge amount of dust, a huge amount of soil particles. Okay, then it deposit in one place. Yes, you know about that. So through water and through wind also transforms soil from one place to another. These are the agents of gradation. Means these are the things which makes the difference in the land, which make different types of land, that is higher land, lower land. Okay, so these are. So when the materials came and it get deposit in one place, it is known as deposition. Okay, see here, the process by which rock particles get accumulated means they get in one place together. They come from some other place and get deposit in one place is known as deposition. Okay, and when the soil go away from one place, then it is known as the erosion. Okay, deposition means when the soil get placed in one place, then it is known as deposition. And when the land becomes, so I will show you here. Suppose this is the land. Okay, this is the land. So if soil will go from this side, from here to this side, then the land will become low. Yes or no? The land will become low and this portion of land will go that side, and in here the land portion will become higher. Yes or no? So when the land will go from one place, it is known as erosion. Okay, and when it will get deposit or get accumulate in one place, it is known as deposition. This is known as deposition and this is known as erosion. Okay, have you understood? I think you understood now. So this is known as deposition. And when the lowering of the land by combined action of weathering and erosion is known as denudation. Okay, so this is denudation. See here, from here the soil and all the land and the soil went away with the agents such as winds, water, many things. So you can see here, this is a desert area. So in desert a very heavy wind blows. Okay, so wind took away all the soil and this is known as denudation or erosion. Okay, have you understood now? So agents of gradation. Agents of gradation. Now how the river helps in transforming soil from one place to another, we will learn in this place. We will learn in this topic. Okay, so from where a river comes out is known as source. Like here river comes from a river valley. Suppose, wait, I will show you here. This is mountain. Okay, suppose these are mountains. So river comes out from here. Yes or no? As you know, when you make drawing like this, then river comes out from this place. Yes or no? So this place are known as what? What is this known as? This is known as a valley. Yes or no? This is valley. So this is known as the mouth of the river. Okay, mouth. Oh, sorry, this is the source. Okay, this is the source from where water comes at first. This is known as source, and where the river flows. This phase is known as the course. This place is known as course. Okay, and this water will go and fall in where? It will fall in a big sea or ocean, yes or no? And the big sea or ocean is known as the mouth. Okay, have you understood now? So from where a river comes is known as source. Then the course of the river is known as the course. The path of the river is known as course, and where it will fall in the sea or in an ocean is known as the mouth. So there are three so these are the three phases of a river: source, course, and the mouth. Source, course, mouth. Okay, you will remember this very easy. So these all are given here, and now we will learn about this part, source. Okay, so as you know, river comes out from a mountain, and this seems like here it is given here V-shaped valley. I-shaped valley is there. I-shaped means the valley is these are the mountains. Okay, when the valley is straight and very deep in downside, then it is known as the I-shaped valley. Okay, and when the river valley is of this type, then it is known as the V-shaped valley. Okay, very easy to understand. If you will read this, then you will understand I-shaped valley. So in I-shaped valley, when river water erodes the river bed and cut a narrow valley. River bed means, what is river bed now? So as you know, this is a river. The downward portion, that is, suppose the downward portion, okay, this is the down portion. That is the depth of the river. Depth of the river to where a person can get drawn. Okay, have you understood now? So this is known as the bed. That is the downward portion of the river is known as bed. Okay, and banks means the sides of the river are known as banks. Okay, so what it is said, the depth of the river is known as bed, and the sides are known as bank, are called as bank. Okay, so when it is said here that when the river cuts the banks means side, as you know, and bed means down portion is known as bed. So when the river cuts downward as well as in the sideways, then it is known as, it forms I-shaped valley, and that formation of I-shaped valley are known as gorge or canyons. Okay, so V-shaped valley, when it is formed, when the river cut in V-shape, erodes the bed as well as bank the river, then it is known as the V-shaped valley. When the river cuts downward also and in banks also, then it forms I-shape. And when the river cuts only downward, and from in the bank the actions of the river are not much, then it forms V-shaped valley. Okay, so there are I-shaped valley, V-shaped valley. Then next, waterfall, you know, this is waterfall, as you know. So from here, what started? The course of the river started. This is the mouth of the this is the source of the river. From here the river comes out, so it is known as the source, and where the river flows is known as the course. Okay, and when the river fall into a sea, then it is known as the mouth. Okay, the middle course, this is the first course. As you know, when the water flows over a mountain, then it is known as the first phase, upper course. Okay, and the middle course, that is the flowing of the river. Now how the water flows? So the water flows in this way, by making small rivers. Okay, the small rivers which forms in these shapes, then they are known as the meanders. Okay, they form a zigzag pattern to form a large bends. They form a large bends, then it is known as meanders. Like forming a snake-like pattern. Okay, then these are known as the meanders. So I am making you all the concepts clear, so that it will not be difficult for you to understand. Okay, so you have to read the book, then only it will be clear to you. I'm just giving you the basic concepts. Okay, meanders, these are known as the meanders, the big bends in the river which form a zigzag pattern are known as the meanders. Okay, then next comes the oxbow lakes. So oxbow lake, what are oxbow lakes? When you, as you know, this is a meander. Sometimes what happen, due to the deposition of land, deposition, as you know, placing of soil over a place. Suppose here deposition occurs. Okay, in this place deposition, if deposition occurs in place, that means this river will bring soil particles and deposit here. Then what happens, as the soil will get accumulate here, the river will get cut off from the main river. Yes or no? Only this portion will left and the other portion will get cut off. Why? Because here the land get deposited, because here all the lands are deposited. Therefore this river will get cut off and they will stay single, and this becoming idle of a river portion is known as oxbow lake, and it forms in this way. You can see here like this way. This is known as an oxbow lake. Okay, when a river get cut off, yes, it is given here also, due to constant erosion and deposition of material. Erosion and deposition, you know, I explained you, to form a lake, then it is known as the oxbow lake. Okay, have you understood? Then next comes the levees. What are levees now? Sometimes what happen, the banks of the river, as you know, sides of the river are known as banks. As I told you, banks of the river get higher in form because of deposition of soil by the river. Then this form of rivers are known as the levees. When the water of a river overflows and floods its bank, it deposits fine soil and sediments on the banks, thereby raising the bank's height. The height will raise. Why? Because this river deposit soil over these places. That's why the bank will become higher. Have you understood? So these will be known as the levees. If you have not understood that, repeat the video once again, and also you have to read, then only you will understand. Not only explanation is not sufficient, you must read, then only you will understand. Okay, floodplains means, what are floodplain now? So over some areas there are big rivers like Brahmaputra. Okay, so when Brahmaputra, as you know, you heard about various places used to get flooded. Why? You know, because that are the floodplain areas. Okay, those places where the flood occurs, flood generally takes place, so those places are floodplain areas. Okay, the areas where the flood usually used to happen. Okay, flood usually used to occur, and that place are known as the floodplain areas. And floodplain areas are very suitable for growing of agricultural crops. Okay, then the last course and the lower course. Lower course is the sea, where the river falls at last, is known as the lower course or the sea. So you might have thought someday that there are very dust particles, right? Very dirty things are there in river, and all the dirty things used to fall in the sea. You think it like that, yes or no? But this is not that. Okay, all the dust particles which are present in the river water doesn't fall in a sea. Okay, what they happen when they fall into a sea, at some places they used to get deposited, they used to get accumulated. Okay, why they used to get accumulated? Because of the salt present in the sea, the dust cannot get mixed up with the sea water. That's why, and that dust particles form a huge land, and that huge land are known as delta. See, these all concepts are very much important, so you must make it clear, then only you can, at higher classes, you can read more easily. All these things, it will be easier for you if you will read nicely. now. Okay, in class 7 only you have to clear all these things, then only it will become clear to in higher classes. So this is all for today. Next day I will explain the essence of gradation, that is the how the weathering takes place, how these rocks becoming in the, form this pattern, right? So in glacier falling areas, then in cold places, what kind of valleys it form, U-shaped valley, and all this, how the weathering takes place, that is breaking of rocks. Okay, all this we will learn in the next class, and this is enough for today. So tomorrow I will finish the chapter, and after that I will give you question answers. Okay, and so we will meet in the next class.